Assalamu alaikum. I hope you all are fine and doing well. So students, I hope you all are enjoying your online classes and your online lectures. And you all are doing your home tasks with great responsibility. I am Saman Ijaz, your English instructor. This video lesson is for grade 4 assignment 18. So students, this is our part 1. Today we are going to discuss about future with will. Have you got any idea what is the meaning of the word future? Something that has not occurred yet, that will occur in the upcoming time. So today we are going to discuss future with will. Whenever we are discussing about future, we use will or shall. So today we will discuss about will. Now what is will? It tells us about the prediction or beliefs or something that will happen in the future or something that we forecast. Like Mary I think I will pass the exam in October. So here in this sentence, you can see that Mary is forecasting or predicting that she thinks she will pass the exam in October. It is something that is she predicting for future. That's why we are using will to tell that this thing has not happened yet, but it will happen in the upcoming time. That is, it will happen in the month of October. So here we use will to tell about the future that will happen. As we are talking about future, we are mostly using I think or I believe. These words are basically used to predict or to forecast something that will happen. Always remember this thing that whenever we are using will, we are talking about the future. And when we are talking about future, we are predicting something that has to happen. So students, this was our concept for future with will. Now moving towards our exercises.
So students, here as we are done with our predictions with will, now moving towards our exercises. So the instruction for doing your exercises is you have to solve page number 13 on your Oxford Discover student books and rest of the pages on your assignment. That is, you have to download your assignment and do the rest of the pages. Whereas for Oxford Discover student book, open page number 13 and solve it there. Now, moving towards our exercises, grammar in use. First of all, here we have got a short poem. Listen to it and you can read along.
Page 13. Grammar in use. D. Listen and read along.
Harry, what do you want to do in your life? I want to travel through the universe. Harry, do you want to sleep under the stars tonight? No, I will miss my bed too much.
Now, moving forward towards our part E. Read the sentences. Which one is about what Harry believes? Now, what do you think Harry believes? A. I will miss my bed too much. B. I want to travel through the universe. Now, which one is about what Harry believes? Harry believes that he will miss his bed too much. Moving towards our part F. Learn grammar, predictions with will. Use will to make a prediction. A prediction is something you believe about future. A prediction is not a fact. Now, as I have told you, what is a prediction? Prediction is something basically you believe will happen or will occur in our coming future. Now, here we have got an example. I will visit those places again, Bella thought. Now, as you can see in the example, that Bella is thinking that she might visit those places again sometime in future. Now, moving down. 3 of the following sentences are prediction. Write P beside them. Write X beside the sentences that is not a prediction. Now let's read the sentences. Our first statement is, scientists will send a person to Mars someday. Now here this is a prediction, so we are going to write P here. Now you have to read the next statements and do it yourself. Moving towards our part G. Make a list make a list like this one, make predictions, and then talk to your partner about them. Now, here we have got one of the statements, things are predict. Scientists will find new solar system. Now, whatever your predictions are regarding solar system or about anything in the coming future, you can write it, and then you can discuss it with your partner or your family member. Moving down, learn grammar. Part A, read and learn. Predictions with will. Use will or short form, that is apostrophe and double L, and the infinitive to make a prediction. A prediction is something we believe about the future. We often use it after I think or I believe. Like we have got a sentence here, I think scientists will build new spacecraft. Now this is a prediction and that is using a sentence I think. That is, I think that scientists will someday build a new spacecraft. Will is the same for each person, it doesn't change. That is, we can use will for any person. He, she, it, we, they, you, are. Space tourism will grow. They'll build space sports too. Will space tourism grow? Yes, it will. No, it won't. How will people get to the moon? On fast spacecraft. Where will people sleep on the moon? In space hotels. Use will not or short form, that is won't, and the infinitive to make a negative prediction. Ordinary people won't have enough money. Now, moving down towards our part B. Check the correct sentences. Now here we have got two statements for each sentence, that is one. Now first statement is, tourists will stay in space hotels. B, tourists will too stay in space hotels. Now here we have got two statements for our sentence number 1. Tourists will stay in space hotels. Tourists will to stay in space hotels. Now as we can see that our part A, tourists will stay in space hotels, is a correct sentence. So we are going to tick in the block in front of A. In this way, you have to read the next statements very carefully and then take them accordingly. Moving towards our part C. Complete the questionnaire with will or won't. Now as I have already told you that will is used for predictions and won't is the short form of will not. Now let's read the questionnaire. Tell us your prediction for the future space travel for next 20 years. Now here you have to fill it according to yourself, that what are your predictions. Blank, astronauts return to the moon. Will astronauts return to the moon? Yes, they, as the answer is yes, so we are going to write yes, they will. Astronauts will return to moon very soon. Now in the next question, similarly you have to write will astronauts land on Mars one day? And then you have to answer accordingly. I hope all of you are able to do it. Now moving forward towards a grammar in use, study the grammar. Predictions with will. Here we also have got some examples regarding predictions that we make with will. I will take you on an amazing journey. Amanda will remember this day forever. She'll want to go on another adventure with Stanley. They'll go even further into space the next time they travel. Now here you also have to remember there are some of the short forms of she will, that is she, apostrophe, double L. For they will, they'll, that is they, apostrophe, double L. Now moving down towards our part B. Underline the word will in each sentence, circle the verb after it, then match. Now the first one is done for us, as you can see. My little brother says he will be the first person to walk on Mars. Now students, here you can see that we have underlined will and the verb that is following will is be. And for the picture you can see that one is written along with C. Now moving down to our second statement. Let's solve it. Astronauts will find water on the planet someday. Now here it is a prediction with will. Now what we have to do is to underline will and circle find. Now as we have done this, now see the pictures below. Which picture shows that astronauts are trying to find or have found water on planet someday? That is picture number D. So with the block given with D, we are going to write 2. In this way, you have to read the next statements. First of all, underline will and then circle the verb following will. And then Look into the pictures, which picture describes the sentence. I hope all of you are able to do it. Moving forward towards our part C. Complete the sentences using will and the verbs in the box. Now here we have got some of the verbs in the box. Let, take, fly, travel, invent, wear. And we have to complete each sentence and make a prediction with will. The first one is done for us. Astronauts will travel to other planets in our solar system someday. Moving towards our second sentence. Scientists blank a spacecraft that can travel outside of our solar system. Scientists will. Now which verb can be used? Scientists will invent a spacecraft that can travel outside of our solar system. In this way, you have to write each sentence with will and use the appropriate verb. I hope all of you are able to do it. Moving forward towards our part D. Ride, read. Then write P, prediction, or F, fact. Now here we know what is a fact. Fact is something that is a general truth, whereas prediction are not facts. They are something that we are predicting, something that we are guessing. Now first one is done for us. Someday people will fly to other planets in spacecraft. This is a prediction. The sun will rise tomorrow morning at 6:30. Now as we know that sun rises each morning, and the time also we know that is 6:30. So this is a fact. We are going to write F. In this way, you have to read the next statements very carefully and write P for prediction and F for fact accordingly. Moving towards part E, unscramble the sentences. Here we have got jumbled up words and we have to write a proper sentence. The first one is done for us. System fly will the people spacecraft through solar. People will fly spacecraft through the solar system. For the second statement, through will astronauts universe their travel. Now for this statement, astronauts will travel through the universe. Now as we can see that we are making a sentence will and then will is followed by a verb, that is travel, and then it follows our next statement. I hope you all are able to do the next two parts. So students, this was the end of our part 1. Here we did our predictions with will. I hope you enjoyed learning it. I will meet you next time with another very interesting and amazing video. Until then, take care. Allah Hafiz.